Mày punya? Nai. Mi bab kenapa?
Mày boleh.
The indigenous tribes of Nagaland were once a fierce race of headhunters. Today, they worship a Christian god, and their grandchildren post pictures on Instagram.
For us, straight away from naked to car, like BMW or Mercedes.
This is the twilight of their traditional culture. Soon, it will vanish completely.
Our ancestors were the warrior tribe.
I'm Sebastian Perry. Join me as I meet the people preserving Naga culture, a young generation struggling to come to terms with their identity, and finally, the last of the surviving headhunters.
You better watch out, or you may just have your head chopped off. Okay, joking.
Nagaland is a state in the largely isolated northeastern region of India known as the Seven Sisters. With a population of just under 2 million, it's one of the smallest of India's 29 states, and not even a splash in the bucket of the country's 1.3 billion people. Also, unlike the rest of India, the Nagas are thought to descend from the people of Southwest China or Southeast Asia rather than South Asia, giving them a unique appearance that has in some cases led to discrimination. Nagaland shares a border with Myanmar, and their namesake Naga is believed to have its origins in Burmese. The word Naga in Burmese means people with earrings or pierced noses, a key aesthetic of the Naga people. Today, it is somewhat of a forgotten stepchild state. Ongoing insurgency and interethnic conflict mean there is a constant state of unease, and this has trickled down into development, which is severely lagging. But the people are resilient, tourism is on the rise, and a new generation focused on education and business are helping to speed up modernization. But what Nagaland is really known for is the Headhunters. Up until as late as 1969, the fearsome warriors of the indigenous tribes would preserve the head of their enemies as war trophies, and to impress the woman they wanted to marry. With that in mind, when I stumbled across a blog documenting street fashion in Nagaland that showed the region in a very different light, I just knew I had to investigate. We touched down in Dimapur, which means Big River City. Once home to the ancient Kachari kingdom, it was home to both Kachari and Naga. Today it is populated by people from all over India, as well as Tibet and Nepal. So just arrived in Dimapur. It's the biggest city in Nagaland, and we're on our way to meet a guy named Nise, and he's going to give us some insights into Naga culture. Nise is an award-winning musician and Yamaha brand ambassador who also mingles with Bollywood stars. He's one of the few people that can represent Nagaland internationally. In addition, he has the best hat in all of Nagaland. So Nise,
Yes.
what does it mean to you to be Naga, and how do you square that with being part of India?
I think for me, I feel very special because see, I am part of a big country with a lot of diversity, culture-wise, religion-wise, But at the same time, I am also Indian, who actually maybe doesn't really look like the usual Indian. I get to experience my rich Naga cultural heritage, and when I step out of the state, I get to see a different world. So I think that way your mindset and everything, it widens, and your horizons are like broadened. So I feel that I think being a Naga, that's an advantage that we have.
What are some differences kind of between Naga culture and India?
One culture that I really sort of like about Nagaland is that respect for elders. I think that although it can also sometimes overstep into being a bit fake also, But I think I like that, yeah, where you can really have the respect for your elders. And actually it will be like the
What I'm hearing is that Nagas see themselves as apart from India. Does this tie in with the discrimination they face out of their home state?
they would say like we are like still headhunters. We go around naked. That Nagas, we eat dogs or anything that we find. Especially they would call us chinkies, you know, like our eyes and stuff like that. But yeah, but I think that's a unique feature and I love it actually, yeah.
While it may seem bizarre that people like Nise embrace this casual racism, perhaps it's this strength of character that allowed them to have such a fearsome reputation in the past. Dimapur is the only city in Nagaland with a train station connecting to the rest of India. Thus, it is the most culturally diverse city in the state. At the station, migrant workers, mainly from Bangladesh, can be seen carrying buckets of concrete on their head to be transported to the rest of India. In recent years, anti-Bangladeshi sentiment has been on the rise in Nagaland. The influx of immigrants has angered locals that say crime is on the rise, and that mainland Indians are being harassed as suspected Bangladeshis. It's interesting to see the flip side of racism in Nagaland. Speaking of the flip side, Nise had invited me to a Naga party. This was my chance to see the new, modern state that I had been hearing about. Dimapur certainly is a place of jarring contrasts. Like most cities around the world, prosperity lives alongside poverty. But in a land famed for its headhunters, it's surprising I haven't seen one yet.
Coconuts TV.